A chilling horror story on stage at the Goodman Theatre comes straight from the pen of a young Chicago native now being celebrated nationally for his talents. Our Vince Girasoli spoke with York Walker, whose play Covenant is on stage at the Goodman Theatre.
Chicago native York Walker is a rising star playwright, and his latest work at the Goodman Theatre is sure to give you chills. Covenant combines folklore, high tension, and horror. Four women are burdened by secrets in the Jim Crow South of the 1930s. With a frightening slow burn, playwright Walker explores the supernatural versus faith with blood-curdling suspense. Covenant is based in part on the myth of blues musician Robert Johnson, who was said to have sold his soul to the devil for fame. We spoke with Walker, who has also worked as a story editor and staff writer for the television series FBI.
York, I've heard this play described as Southern Gothic supernatural thriller. But can you really categorize it?
I would say that describes it pretty well. I think it's just a bit of a wild ride. I think that describes it best.
How did you find the story in the first place? I know that it's sort of based on legend and real events, but how did you come across it?
It came to me sort of as an image of this girl surrounded by blackness in this dress with pockets. And it popped up in my head while I was driving, and it kind of wouldn't leave me alone. A few months went by, and I remembered the myth of Robert Johnson, who was said to have sold his soul to the devil to get his musical genius. He's a blues legend. And so I was like, well, maybe these two things live in the same world. And that was sort of the impetus for the whole show.
Was it easy to write, or did it take a while to get where you wanted it to be?
It took a while. I've never written anything in the horror genre. My sort of thing is to write as many different plays in as many different genres as I can, and put Black people in the center of it. So it took me a while to figure out what makes a horror story and what makes a horror story interesting, and how to build suspense and all of those sort of things. So it was a lot of watching horror movies and learning how to do all that to figure out how I wanted to put my spin on it. So it took some time to figure out. But once I got it on the page through some readings and workshops, we were able to figure out how to make everything make sense. And so, yeah, I think we're in a good place now.
When Covenant debuted in New York, it was a 2023 New York Times Critics Pick. You can catch its Chicago run at the Goodman Theatre. Remember, we've got your ticket. I'm Vince Girasoli, CBS News Chicago.